How's it going, everyone? Want to give you guys a heads up on a big historic low PSN deal that will be going live tomorrow. It's a game that's been out for 18 months at this point, but very rarely has it seen any sort of significant discount, and whether or not you want to view this as a significant discount, that is your prerogative. But Black Myth Wukong will be going on sale tomorrow alongside with the launch of a new PSN sale. So we'll highlight that, and with a new PSN sale dropping, obviously the current PSN sale will be ending, but you'll still have one full day to check out some deals. I do want to highlight some of this stuff before, we end our coverage of that sale. These are more expensive games. We already did our under 5, under 10, all that stuff. So go and check out those videos if you have yet to. But yeah, I've got some more expensive stuff to highlight in this video. But yes, Black Myth Wukong will be seeing its steepest discount yet to celebrate the Lunar New Year, and it will be 25% off for $45. Huzzah! 18 months later, we're getting this game 25% off. Now, some of you guys might be saying bro, that is not that good of a price point. That is not a deal, whatever the case may be, however you want to view it. The reality is this game does not go on sale very often. I think prior to this, the biggest discount that we had seen for it was 10% off. This is just one of those games that, much like a Nintendo title, has just held up in price for eons, and this goes for the physical copy as well. There's no avoiding it. If you want to play Black Myth Wukong, you gotta pay. You gotta pay a premium for it, and yeah, you can continue waiting for it longer and longer, but if you want to play it now, this is the best price that we've seen for it thus far, and I certainly would recommend it at this price point. Black Myth Wukong is just a game that I personally enjoyed, even though I didn't find it to be, game of the year caliber that a lot of other people did. I totally get why people heralded it as a potential game of the year in 2024. The setting in the game is great, the aesthetics, the ambiance, all of that is really well done. And when it comes to challenging action titles, that is what I'm really going for and what I personally look at for a quality game in that genre. It is fairly challenging, it is a game that's going to push you a little bit, but it's a worthwhile game and a very rewarding game as well. Quite a lot of content on top of that. They do note that the console sale will be running until February, from February the 4th, which is tomorrow, until February the 26th. So go check that out if you have yet to. The deal will also be running on the Xbox Store, as well as PC, Steam, Epic Games Store, and Wii Game, but that's not going to be dropping until February the 10th. And this is for the Digital Standard Edition, the Digital Deluxe Edition, and if you want the Digital Deluxe Edition upgrade, that'll be discounted as well if you do want to check that out. But yeah, Black Myth Wukong will be getting a historic low price, and it will be launching alongside a new PSN sale tomorrow. The exact name of the PlayStation Store sale that will be dropping tomorrow, I don't have right now, but also right now you can go check out those PlayStation Plus titles. So something to check out right now, and tomorrow you'll be able to check that out. Like I said, with one new PlayStation Store rolling in and another one will be rolling out, but you will have the rest of tomorrow to pick up any of the deals from the New Year New Deal sale. So some deals to highlight before the sale wraps up. Tainted Grail, The Fall of Avalon, is at its historic low price point, 30% off for $31.49. Do bear in mind that this game has some technical issues on PlayStation 5. It has gotten better, but I believe there's still work to be done. I played the game on PC. The time I spent with the game, I did enjoy. I think this is one of those games that a lot of people think of it a little bit higher than the quality level that it is, because it is Awaken Realms' debut game. And I think for a debut game, they set the foundation of something that can develop into something really good. There is a level of jankiness to it, which I think some people will find the charm in that. The setting in this game is awesome. I think that's the standout. The setting in the game is great. The open world is really well done, and the combat is fairly good. A little basic, but fairly good, and totally fine. For $31.49, a little bit on the pricier side, but if this is the style of game that you're into, if you're into these open world RPGs, I think you'll have a good time with this. So $31.49 on that. By the way, they did drop some DLC for the game as well. That recently came out, the Sanctuary of Saurus. That's $14.99, but they do have a complete Tainted Grail experience. The Excalibur edition, that is a 30% off as well. So you can check that out. Days Gone Remastered is 40% off for $29.99. Yes, this is one of those games that kind of got its price juiced up after the remastered release came out. Sony gonna Sony, but I'll give a shout to Days Gone. It's a great open world title. It definitely has its issues, particularly it's one of those games that does kind of overstay its welcome. I think they would have been better off with this game, you know, shaving off a little bit of the content, but still a worthwhile game, a good story that unfortunately you won't get to see a follow-up for it because Days Gone, I mean, I shouldn't say Days Gone 2 will never come out, but it's looking pretty damn unlikely at this stage of the game. But yeah, $29.99 on that if you have yet to pick it up. Spyro Reignited Trilogy and Crash Remastered Game Bundle. That is 65% off for $26.24. Some of the classic platformers that a lot of us grew up playing. Spyro was more so up my alley, but Crash Bandicoot, I know a lot of people grew up playing that. I will say, Crash Bandicoot The Insane Trilogy, as somebody that doesn't have that nostalgic affinity for Crash that a lot of other people do, I still really had a great time with Crash, and obviously because I grew up playing Spyro, Spyro was going to be something that I really, really enjoyed, and I did. I had a great time with Spyro. Hopefully they go back to Spyro at some point because I think there's a lot of mileage to be had with that. But yeah, $26.24 on that. Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales Ultimate Edition, 57% off for $30.09. Good to see this finally under that $40 discounted price threshold. You got Spider-Man Miles Morales and Spider-Man Remastered. For the 4 of you that don't own this, this is a good price. Spider-Man Remastered is awesome. Like Spider-Man 2018, that's a game that I've played through like an absurd number of times. The games that my boys will mock me for going back and playing over and over again are Spider-Man 2018, Red Dead Redemption 2, and Final Fantasy 7. I will get clowned on by my boys based on how many times I play through those games. But yes, I beat Spider-Man 2018 like an absurd number of times. I beat it on PS4, PS5, PC, multiple times on each platform. It was like kind of ridiculous, and at a certain point, I honestly like deserved the clowning for playing through Spider-Man 2018 as much as I did. Never played through Spider-Man 2 as much. I mean, I played through it a couple times, beating it on PlayStation 5, beating it on PC, but it's not that game that I go back to constantly. Miles Morales, same thing. Like, I played through it, enjoyed it. Very much on the shorter side of things, but once again, did not enjoy it as much as Spider-Man 2018. Sonic X Shadow Generations, 50% off for $24.99. Good price point on this. Yes, it has been considerably cheaper for the physical copy. It is what it is. Some of you guys only pick up digital games. You might have a digital-only PS5. You know, it's still a fairly good deal at $25. You get Sonic Generations and the Shadow campaign. I think overall it's a good pickup, and for $25, not a bad shout there. Octopath Traveler is 60% off for $24. Not as good as Octopath Traveler 2, but this did come out much later than Octopath Traveler 2 on PlayStation 5, so you know, if you want to circle back and play through the first game, I still think it's very much a worthwhile playthrough. Just keep your expectations in line, and I think you'll end up having a pretty good time with that. Lunar, the Remastered Collection, is 20% off for $39.99. Obviously, I would like to see this a little bit cheaper, especially as we're approaching almost a year since it's been out, but these niche JRPGs just tend to hold up in price for eons and eons, so it is what it is. You got some quality of life improvements here, and Lunar's a classic JRPG series, so if you do want to check that out, $40 on that. And then for my visual novel guys out there, Witch on the Holy Night is 40% off for $23.99. For a lot of people, this is one of the best visual novels of all time. It's a pretty good gateway visual novel as well. I would say Witch on the Holy Night is one step beyond playing games like Phoenix Wright, Danganronpa, and like AI the Somnium Files. Like Witch on the Holy Night, I would say, is one step into the more hardcore visual novel side of things, but still, you know, a fairly casual and a well-known one. But for $24, it's a great story-driven title. Obviously, very much just the story. There is no like real action gameplay or anything like that, but worthwhile game there. $24, a pretty decent pickup if you're into visual novels. But that is going to do it for me. Again, the Black Myth Wukong deal will be live tomorrow, 25% off. A very good historic low price point given how much that game has held up in price, and a new PSN sale will be dropping alongside that, and some last minute deals on the New Year New Deal sale, which will be wrapping up tomorrow. Like, you have all of tomorrow to pick up any of the deals that's live as a part of this sale. That'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.